Hello everyone, this is Ashley with Dare to Dream Creations, and today I'm coming at you with a new pen day. This is my Christmas present from my husband, so I'm really excited. He let me get a couple pens that I've been eyeballing, and an ink that I really wanted to try. So we are going to get this all tested out today and figure out what ink we want to ink up these pens with as well. So let's get started. So I got the Rohrer & Klinger's Cassia. This is a really beautiful purple ink from what I've seen. I'm sorry if my lighting's a little off. It's really cold and rainy here today, which is weird because it's December, it should be snowing, but you know, whatever. So the first pen I got was the Hongdian N12 piston fill, excuse me. And I got the purple. Ooh, that is beautiful. Let me get it out of the plastic. I'm gonna be honest, I've had this pen before. Not in this colorway though. I had it in like a, let me see if I can get my light to help us see the color a little better. I had it in the red wine colors instead, and I was not a huge fan. So I'm excited. I got it in an extra fine nib, and there is ink on this, so I am gonna have to clean that. It's just at the very end, right up here. But that's okay. That's why you clean your pens before you use them. It also came with a piston helper, so if I need to do anything, I can do that. I did return the wine one because I decided I didn't like the colorway very much. But the purple is stunning, and it's honestly been a year since I bought that one, so I don't even remember how it wrote or anything. Now, I also got an Asvine. This is one I've seen all over my page, so I wanted to try it. This is the C80, and I got the purple glitter. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my god, wow, that is smooth. Holy cannoli. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, because it is stunning. And I wish I had better lighting. Oh, I can't even tell. Oh, you can. Okay. The lighting is working. That is really beautiful. I'm trying to figure out, let me see if I can move my light a little closer. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. That should be a little better. Okay. So, this I have never seen. Ooh, okay. So I also got an extra fine in this one. Kind of wish it was a gold nib, but we can switch that out. That is a big nib. So this has a number 8 Asvine nib from my understanding. Just making sure everything looks good. All right, and we've got a converter. Excellent. So what we're gonna do, this isn't quite sitting right, it doesn't look like. There we go. We are gonna swatch the Rohrer & Klinger's ink and see what happens. So I got my speedball nib. I don't remember what size this is. A 4mm. I've never used Rohrer & Klinger. Let me shake it just to make sure, because I can't remember if this is pigmented or not. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that is pretty. Oh, I really like that. That does remind me of a couple inks I already own, so we'll compare those swatches just for funsies. Let's see how this looks in writing. Oh, I spelled that wrong. That is so beautiful, though. So it does look like most of my other purples because I do enjoy the darker purples the best. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm swatching this in my A5 Sterling ink vertical foliar. This is my current everyday carry. Okay, so let me shift some of this so we can get... I've separated mine by brand, so just be aware. I do kind of want to put the coffee break in this one or this one, just because I think it would be fun to have a brown and a purple pen. It is not similar to Damson, so that's good. Damson is kind of this beautiful, like, darkish purple with a little more red undertone, so a little bit warmer. And I love that. I do have Diamine Lavender, but I haven't added it to this book. I should. And it's already inked up in one of my pens. Ferris Wheel Press Aurealis would be super fun with this one. But I'm not sure that I want to put that into an extra fine nib, because sometimes that shimmer does not behave well. Okay, we've got Takesume, Yamabudo. I'm tempted to just try it with Takesume just so that I can see how it feels. I do love Teranishi's Salon de Violet. It is a stunning purple, but not quite the same. See the differences? Can you see the differences? I can't tell. They're just not quite there. Now, Thornton's purple is pretty darn similar. The undertone in this one is just a touch lighter. So this does look more similar, I think, to lavender than it does to Thornton's purple, which is the one that I was worried it would look like too. And then these are my samples. And I don't think I have any more purple samples. So here's my Diamine Amazing Amethyst. I am out of it. That is something that I want to get a bottle of. I love that ink. It did so well in my Jinhao 10s. Hardly dried out. It was beautiful. I would be tempted to put a green, this Vert Empire in here. That would be kind of fun. The Horizon Blue is ridiculous with its red shimmer, or sheen, sorry. I am tempted for the Ebony Brown because I do love this brown. I love Cafe Crema. I have bought several samples and I am out of them and I am so sad. We could do Shigur, the Sailor Shigiori Shigur. That would be kind of fun. I'm going to use Sailor Manyo Haha, but not right now. I love Peter Pan. Well, these are some of the ones that I mixed up. Okay, so I think for now, we're just going to dip test it in the Takesume just to make sure that our nibs are working correctly. And knowing that this one has pink on it, I am going to also clean that one out. And then I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. 1 second. So it looks just about dry. Yeah. So it's a very, very beautiful purple. I like it. But I'm a purple person, so we are going to test these out. I guess I could put one. This one I'm going to clean. I'm going to dip it in water and just see. It looks like someone used almost Yamabudo-like. So the disappointing part about this one is it is a piston fill and it does not have an ink window. So to check if you fill it, I usually hold it to the light, which I don't have light right now. And let me see if I can show you what I'm doing right now, because I have a cup of water over here. So I'm going to turn the piston knob and draw up water, and then I'm going to expel it. Okay, so I didn't see any extra color coming out. So I am just going to dry this pen off. Okay. So my piston knob's all the way to the bottom. Now, one thing I'm noticing, this is broken. So it's uncapping itself, which should not be happening. And then this top is spinning. Let me bring you back down. So this is broken. I think it's just the piston mechanics itself. So I'm going to take this off, because I might have to reach out, because it should not want to uncap itself. Let me see if my tool will just tighten it so that it doesn't happen. And we'll go from there. Because this does feel as if someone has broken this. And then this is just slightly different from TWSBI. There. See if that helps. There we go. So whoever had this or tested it did not fully tighten the piston knob, which is fine. I can work with that. I can fix that. But I want to make sure that what I'm getting when I'm getting something for Christmas or anything, that I'm getting a good pen. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw up a little bit of the Takesume from Pilot's Iroshizuku line. I'm just going to do a very little bit. Forgot my microfiber cloth over there. So I'm just wiping off the excess ink right now to see if we can get a nice sample. So we should have very little ink in here. Yep, there's just a couple drippy drops. So I like how this feels. Let's see what it does posted. Oh, that is a strong post. Holy cannoli. Oh, shoot. I forgot to wipe off the barrel or the grip. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. So that feels pretty similar. I should have done this before I inked it up. So I'm going to pull out a couple of my pens. Where are my Jinhao 10s? There they are. Okay. So I wanted to compare a couple pens to this. So you have the Hongdian. Here, let's go to a clean page so you can see it a little bit better. So you have the Hongdian. Let's line these up to the line. Obviously, the E95S is going to be the smallest. So you can see it's got a pretty comparable body shape to the Esterbrook Esty. Look how thick this thing is. Holy cow. I'm sorry, this video is going to be really long. I'm really excited. There's 2 pens. I might split it into 2. We'll see. So this is pretty impressive to me. I love the cigar shape. My Esty is my absolute favorite. So I do enjoy the way that this one looks, though. It's similar to my Opus 88, the Harmony model. You can see it's just a titch shorter, but it's mainly because of this finial. This one just doesn't have that finial. So that's kind of fun. Let's uncap and stand which ones we will, like the E95S, because that one obviously has to be, and we'll show all of the size differences. I really need to get a little stand that I can set all my pens in. Here, we're going to move this so that they all stay where I put them. Of course, all of these pens are inked too, so I'm trying not to get ink everywhere. I do really like the way that the Hongdian's nib looks. The biggest downfall for this C80 is going to be that it does not have a roll stop of any type. So just be aware. There's no way to stop this bad boy from rolling away. All right, I think I've done it. Okay. Now we just got to get them to the same line. So, as we can see, the Hongdian N12 is just a touch longer, like just barely longer than the Esty. The Opus 88 and the Hongdian are pretty darn close. That's not, yeah. Now, the C80 is actually closer to the length of the posted E95S, which is crazy. And almost the same length as a Jinhao 10. So, this is pretty cool, guys. I'm pretty excited. I'm a little concerned because this dives in. It does not get as small as the Opus 88, though, so I'm kind of excited about that. This is where I'd love to have calipers. I'm sure my husband has them in the garage, but the Esty is the absolute most perfect one for me. So seeing these two next to each other, I'm kind of excited to write with the C80. It looks pretty similar, if not just a touch thicker. The N12 looks pretty close. Where it thins out is definitely its thinnest spot. But other than that, it looks pretty darn good. So let's get these guys recapped so we can do the rest of the comparison. I'm going to recap this for a second just so that I don't dry it out. And the C80 we will prepare to ink. And this time I will try not to get it all over my hands, but I cannot guarantee. So let's get this. I would love to have these inked with purple. I think, let's do the Cassia. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to do it. Because why not? I just want to see how I like how this writes. Oh, but maybe because I don't know how this writes. So I know how I like Takesume. We'll just do a little bit. If I like it, then we will just clean it out and switch colors. So this one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to submerge, and we're just going to draw up a little bit. Maybe. I had to submerge that pretty extensively, just so you guys know. I'm just sending out air bubbles right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna get ink everywhere. Okay. It just looks like it's an inky day for me. I got it all over my hand through the paper towels, so. All right, just making sure that I got it all off this piece at least. All right, let me put this in the cap while I close this all up. So if you are going to use the C80, I would highly recommend a pen rest for it just to make sure she doesn't roll away. So I'm going to use my little Coffee Monsters Co. one that my cousin's husband made for me. Okay, so this is the Hongdian N12. This is the purple colorway. I have an extra fine steel nib. And this is Pilot Iroshizuku Take Sumi. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's an extra fine, so be aware of that. It's not scratchy. I like how it sounds. It puts down quite a bit of ink for an extra fine right now, but that could be just because we just inked it. Do we get any variation? Oh, you can. Ever so slightly, and that's okay. I don't need that. It's pretty dang bouncy, though. Wow. That's pretty bouncy. I like that. What about reverse? Not really. She no like the reverse. Okay. Not a bad pen, not a bad pen. Let's go for the C80. Wow. Purple glitter. This is an extra fine steel nib, but this is my first number 8. That's pretty nice. Wow, I can't. Wow. for an extra fine, that is really smooth. Holy cannoli. It does put down a lot of ink, so if you have a wet ink like these Pilot Iroshizukus, it is going to have a thicker line. You can see the differences between the two. Let's see what the reverse does. Wow. That actually writes pretty darn good for reverse. Huh. I'm impressed. This is a $30 pen on Amazon, guys. Do we get any flex? Whoa. Excuse me. There is ever so slightly. So you can see if I do no pressure what it looks like, and then pressure. And I'm not putting that much pressure on, guys. That is awesome. I really like this. And it's pretty darn comfortable. Up here is a little sharp where the cap meets the body. You can kind of see that it's just a touch more obvious right there. But really, like, I'm holding it down here, so this is perfect for me. Wow. All right. I might have just found my new favorite pen that was only $30. I don't mind this one either, so let's see. This one definitely has a much smoother transition through in general. This is still really comfortable. And really, for an extra fine, this is really nice too. So I'm going to do one right next to this one where it's no pressure. So you can see the line variation difference and then slight pressure. So that is cool. So I think I'm going to clean out my C80 and put in the Cassia and see what happens. I'm going to go clean my inky hands, but I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm so excited for my Christmas presents. Thank you to my lovely, lovely husband for letting me get these pens and ink. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.